One of my favorite pieces from the Ovalle Project is Maria do Carmo from Opus 14. Opus 14 is titled Dos Retratos, which means two portraits, and these are two short pieces that are intended to represent two individuals that were clearly very dear to Jayme Ovalle. The first one is Manuel Bandera, who was a poet and also wrote lyrics for Ovalle's vocal pieces, and Maria do Carmo is the second piece of the opus. The piece opens up with a minor major 7th chord, which is a bit daring. It's also very interesting because it's rolled, so we really hear each color of every note one at a time, but also it's a half note and it's played at a relatively slow tempo. So it really kind of erases any doubts you could have about how intentional this particular sound really was. The end of that first phrase is also a bit surprising, with a sharp 11th chord that doesn't really bring any kind of resolution to what we just heard. After this very free, kind of almost improvised introduction, we get a short chromatic descent into what's about to be a more rhythmically strict middle section, and that chromatic descent really foreshadows the harmonic movement that's about to happen. You have a bass line that moves up and down in half steps, and similarly some of the middle voices are also very chromatic. Ovalle was very into chromaticism in his music, and this is a pretty tame example, but it also shows how much of it he likes to weave underneath what would otherwise be a very simple melody. The ending recalls the very first phrase of the piece, but with a quirky twist. You get this very lush E minor arpeggio at the end, but in true Ovalle fashion, he added an F sharp immediately after, which is almost as if he told you this very emotional and very serious story and you were believing every word he was saying, and then he looks at you and goes, "Just kidding."